This Val-Con video is powered by GTX server hosting, the best way to run your Valheim server.
Now come along and join us at Val-Con.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my stream. My name is Dev Rosick, and today we are playing Valheim, the outstanding survival and crafting game from Iron Gate. We're on the Vanillaheim server. Vanillaheim is one of the servers that's being promoted during Hype Week. The Hype Week that is leading into the upcoming Val-Con 2026 that will begin this coming Friday on April the 17th and continue on through Sunday, April the 19th. So we're looking forward to seeing everybody join us at Val-Con. In the meantime, you can go and join the Val-Con Discord and go find the Vanillaheim info channel and look up the login information for this server, and you can come and join us and play Vanilla Valheim on the Vanillaheim server. And I'd love to see everybody in here. When we last left behind my intrepid character here, we had just gotten to the point of building forges and having bronze tools. At least one of them, the bronze axe, has been made. This has allowed us to cut down birch and oak trees to get fine wood. And we've been expanding our smelting operation. We need to look for more copper because we'd used up much of what we already had. And probably some more tin as well. Let's take a look in our metal box. Yeah, we have only 8 copper left, and 14 tin. You know, it seems like it doesn't use. We don't use that much tin, but tin can run out pretty quickly when you're paying all your attention to copper. In the meantime, I did a little materials gathering. I did locate another copper vein right there, so for the moment we won't need to cross over any water in order to find more copper. I went back and visited the one and only little blueberry patch we'd found, so we have a few more blueberries. We have a total of 8, which we're hopefully saving to make the rest of this bear armor. Now, speaking of bear armor, let's go take a look over here. Why, look down there. There's a bear. And we need more of this bear parts in order to make our bear armor. So let's look around a little bit. Make sure we don't have any ads in the area. I'm sure they will show up. There's that lovely little stone down there by the water. If we can get this guy on fire, and then I can jump on one of those stones, or maybe that one over there, we can try and fight this bear. Anyway, let's give it a whirl. Here we go. I don't know whether the water itself will slow him down. I doubt it. It's a very shallow little stream. So, oh dear. Oh dear. This bear has a star. Oh, this is bad. I wasn't planning for this. I could be in trouble, folks. Yeah. No stamina, and he's going to get me. No stamina, no stamina. Shouldn't have run down the slope. Build your stamina. Jump. Okay, jump. All right, I got up here, but that won't really hold him. This is going to be bad. I know he can get up on this rock. I know he can. Question is, will I survive this? Very likely not. This will probably take every fire arrow I have. In fact, why don't I switch to the other kinds of arrows for a bit? They'll still do... Oh, now you're not helping. Knocking me off the rock, you little bugger. Eh. Come on, stamina. Come on. Ah! See how they move just before I let go of the arrow? Okay. Let's keep working on this guy. I'm not getting a full draw on these arrows, so I'm not doing full damage. See, let's look at the difference. There, you see how much more damage that one did? Almost twice as much. But it also draws a lot of stamina, and it doesn't help when I miss. Actually, I wouldn't mind if you broke this little tree over here next to me, because that would be something you could use to sort of wedge yourself up on the rock, and I would prefer if you didn't. See, I like him like this, just a little confused, but not running away. Giving me a chance to recover my stamina. And then I will, Oh, there's a skeleton over there. And you see now, the skeleton will fight the bear. Excellent. You go, skeleton. You might also shoot at me, which isn't great, but I'm going to take advantage of the fact that the skeleton is shooting the bear a little bit and use my fire arrows here. It's like I have an ally. That's nice. And of course the day is waning and we might soon have night. That's just everything I need, right? Yeah. Could be worse. Could be raining. Which might sound like I'm tempting fate, but weather in Valheim is not random. Not that I actually know what's going to happen next in the weather-wise. Okay. This is going a little better. Did he kill the skeleton? No. It's like he hasn't found it over there yet. Uh-oh. Did that get the skeleton? Might have. I don't see him shooting from over there anymore. Cool thing is that if this is a star bear, I mean, if the star bear goes down, and I'm saying if, he will drop twice as much materials. So that would be nice. Alright, let's switch back to these again for a while. Conserve my fire arrows. We need every one I've got. Yeah, this isn't doing a lot of damage, but we're whittling them away. Yeah, it definitely does more damage when I draw it all the way in. Okay. I don't know if bears have any weaknesses. Let me see if I can hit his... Well, can't really aim at his head, but... The troll has a weakness in the head. I don't think the bear does, but... See, the problem with all that careful aiming is it drains my stamina away. That's not bad. 19, 13 points. Okay. Yeah, he's resistant to the pierce. That's why the numbers are coming up gray. But still, resistant doesn't mean immune. And he's almost down. Come on, buddy. Just a little bit more. Ha ha! Got him. Okay, let's see what I get out of this. Look at all the stuff. Yes, I feel cold. No, actually, I feel pretty warm. Thanks. I enjoyed all that. Now, what we got over here? Oh dear. Okay. Some regular little gray dwarves. Let's hop inside. See what all I've managed to collect. Look, our carrot crop is all grown up. We'll be able to harvest that in a minute. Okay. Yeah, look, I got 8 bear hide and 2 claws. Didn't get another trophy, but that's all right. I think I don't really need another trophy, at least not soon. Just get the claws in there. Uh-huh. Not really collecting trophies, but you're going to throw them at me. I'll take them. Okay. Been keeping the coal going in case I get some more copper. All right. Well, let's see here. Let's see. Let's first fix our gear. Wow, that almost entirely used up my bow, as well as most of my stock of arrows. Fortunately, I do have some more. Need to make more fire arrows. Typical. All right, well, I like to keep my weapons full, so let's start with the fire arrows. Resin. And feathers. Nope, not that one. And I'll fill it up and then make a number more to keep in storage. Yep. Let's go here. Right. Okay. All right. So let's look at bear armor is something I think use scraps, and we definitely want the blueberries. All right. So what can we make? We could make. Well, first of all, can we upgrade anything? We could upgrade the headdress. Is it better to make the new piece? All right, so let's see how this works. Right now, the headdress is giving me 7 armor, and if I upgrade it, it goes to 9, an increase of 2. But if I make the, let's say, the loincloth, that gives me 7 armor, and that's an upgrade over my current of 3. So it would actually be better to make that. And that will take 5. I have 9. To make the patterns, that would also take 5, so I can't make both. That would be 7, an upgrade of also 3. For no particular reason whatsoever, I am going to upgrade the loincloth of the bear. Make the loincloth of the bear. Okay. And put that in place. And my armor goes to 21. Not too bad. Now, let's see here. I could still upgrade some of these pieces. I could upgrade that one using 2. I could upgrade that one using 2. I could upgrade the paws. I think what I'll do is I'll split this. I'll upgrade the loincloth and the paws, giving me some defense and some offense. Yes. What? Why aren't you upgrading? Oh, helps you press the right button. And the paws. Okay. And now I do not have enough hide, or any hide, to upgrade anything more. Super. Oh, make sure you put that on. It always unequips gear that you've just upgraded. Okay, let's take a look at this. Oh, wow. So we've got this blue paint running down our legs. It gets even more dramatic when you see what the chest piece looks like. And it's sort of a loincloth thing. Here, I'll take off the cape so you get a better look at how this looks. Yeah. Somehow this scrap of cloth around my waist has better armor than the fully covered deer hide piece that I had on there before. It's kind of amusing. But I particularly like the feet on this. You see how they're also bear claws? So when I put on the other bear claws, yeah, I really do start to look like a bear. It's great. I love this outfit. Okay. Let's start putting things away here. Claws go there. You go there. You go here. We're going to need to find more because it takes, I believe, 4 blueberries to make that next piece. Oh, nope, not there, not there. There we go. I'm going to just switch that around. So this is our old armor, some of our old weapons and tools. We've got arrows that are just piercing arrows, arrows that have some status effect, in this case fire. This is as yet unused. This is going to be where we put things like meads when we get them. And this is stamina foods, and this is health foods. And since we are a little low on those, let's fill it up. Did a little bit of other work around the base. Let's kind of check a few of those things out. So I came up with this idea to deal with the beehives. I put them up on the roof here, so they're out of the way, and yet everybody up here is perfectly happy. Well, they're sleeping now because it's night, but during the day they would say they're happy. This is cool, and you can get up here and get the honey, and I left the bottom of the ladder off, but it's no problem to just jump up there and go grab them. Now let's come through here, and let's pick our carrots, and we can see what we can do with that. So now that we have some carrots, we can go to the cauldron and we can make carrot soup, which is an outstanding stamina food. It gives 45 stamina. Compare that to honey, or even to Queen's Jam, another stamina food, which is only 40. It's a nice thing. With carrots and boar meat and necktail, we can make minced meat sauce, which is a health food with 40 health. You compare that to the cooked deer meat or the cooked boar meat, it's a significant increase. And then deer stew made with blueberries, carrots, and cooked deer meat has 45 health. So that is, at this point, the highest health food we can get. And carrot soup is the highest stamina food we can get. So what I'm hoping to work toward is having deer stew and minced meat as primarily health foods and carrot soup as a stamina food, and replacing the three foods that I use today. But we've got a lot of work to do. We're going to need a lot more carrots. We're going to need a bunch of mushrooms. Let's see what my mushroom supply looks like. Oh, we have lots of mushrooms. Okay. We're going to need blueberries, lots of blueberries. And then this is one of the challenges, especially since there don't appear to be many blueberries on this island where I'm located now. And here we're going to need a fair amount of necktail, something I have often thrown away as being not interesting. I'm going to have to gather it in earnest. Fortunately, necks are easy to hunt, but... Uh-oh. We have a troll. Very dangerous. Okay, let me quickly put that away. Put that away. I don't want to lose those out there. Let me change to the piercing arrow. Let me eat some food. Speaking of all that talk of food. And I'm going to go out on this side. What I'm trying to do is keep the troll away from my home. Remember that a troll can tear down your home in a heartbeat. So I want him anywhere else but here. Okay, what is that, a grayling over there? I don't know. All right, where's Mr. Oh, there. You see the blue guy in the distance? Yeah, that's a grayling. Little bugger. Yep, ex-grayling. Ah, okay. I'm going to approach him from this side, and hopefully this will draw him away over this way. Try to get the surprise shot on him. No. Don't attack that. Ah, good. I got it. All right, now we're going to go off this way and dodge around the trees here and try and keep him away from the house. Ah! You got to hit the guy. Well, at least he doesn't have a log. Makes a big difference. These guys can still do damage with slam attacks, but for heaven's sake. See, the problem I'm having, I think, is that I'm more used to playing with higher levels of stamina, so I can really take my time aiming and holding it while I get the zero in on the target. But with the low stamina in this stage of the game, you got to shoot kind of fast. And you saw how my targeting was just wiggling around all over the place here. And all the time I'm doing that, my stamina is draining away. As you increase your bow skill, and as you increase your stamina with better foods, all of that will get better. Oh, he's going to get me. Nope. Yeah, you see, he just doesn't have the reach of the log troll. That's why those log trolls are so much more dangerous. Okay. Oh, he might get me this time. Let him get close. Okay, dodge around. Dodges stones. Those are not very accurate. Okay. I would like to hit him in the head where he's a little extra weak, but that extra period of time aiming is just a little bit too much. And that could be the difference between hitting him at all and missing him entirely. Okay. Don't really like to shoot those guys. What I'd like to do maybe is switch to my claws and take them down. And here's a chance. The troll's a little farther away. No, stop running. Okay. Switch to the bow. Shoot the troll. Okay, he's almost down. Maybe 2 more shots. Okay. Whoa! Okay. Maybe 3 more shots. Get along. See? If I take the time to fully draw it back, stamina runs out, and I don't get the shot at all. Okay. Really? Hey, I need necktails. Thank you. Okay. And so I get troll hide, but as far as I'm concerned, since I'm going with bear hide in this playthrough, the money is the really valuable thing. I am definitely in the market for some money because at some point I'm going to go and visit a trader, as in somebody who trades, not a traitor, a trader named Haldor who will sell me some valuable stuff for my money. I did a little work on the outside, and look, I've come up with a name for this place. Björnheim. That is meant to mean bear home. That's probably incorrect Swedish and all that, but you know. And since this is my home, I put my name on the door there. All right. I do apologize to my Swedish friends if I'm butchering the language, which I almost certainly am. So. Okay. Hold on just a moment, please. I have a little issue here. Okay, sorry about that. Let's see. Some stuff away. So I do have some necktails. 13, that's not too bad. Let's see. Leather goes there. That goes there. You can see I've really started to get things pretty well organized. And I kind of follow a standard pattern. There's nothing magical about this. This is just my way of doing it. But, you know, find a pattern that works for you. So I usually start, I have wood. Usually I'm working in the column here. So this whole column is wood. The bottom one is regular wood. The top one is special woods like core wood and pine wood. Then I have stone, regular stone, and flint, and then up above will be other kinds of stone that might come along later. Then I have resin and other kinds of sticky resinous things. Various hides and various other hides, feathers and bones that I always put together for no particularly good reason. And then this is other creature parts like great dwarf eyes and circling cores and ectoplasm. And then these two chests are at the moment undefined. This one is metals, and that might be other sort of parts. And yes, I could have put this into the other creature parts, but these are kind of special because they're a boss drop. In fact, I think I'm going to move those. So over here, I have boss items, and that includes some boss trophies, boss drops, and this item here, the Ancient Seed, is going to be the summon item that's used for the next boss, the Elder. Just like we used deer trophies to summon Yggdrasil, we're going to use these Ancient Seeds to summon the Elder. And here are just various other creature trophies. Let's see. These are tree seeds. I think these chests are empty. These chests are empty. And this kind of works in the other direction. So I have some meats here, some other meats there. I have some basic vegetables there. And then sort of berries and sweet things there. And then I have some other vegetables up here, which is going to include thistle when I actually start collecting some. And then this will be like crop vegetables, like carrots. And we'll get to that in just a second. And then additional food items there as I gather them. Oh, and let's see. Treasures over here in this box on the table. And then over here I have armor, weapons and tools, arrows, meads, stamina foods, and health foods. That's the essentials of it. And yes, I could put up signs to indicate all these things. Since this is my cabin for myself, I know where everything is. But signs are often a good idea. The thing about the signs, and I'll just... no, I won't. Here, let me grab a piece of coal and I'll illustrate for you. To make a sign, you need... stop that. You need one piece of coal and some wood. So I'll just grab a little bit of wood. And then if I go to place a sign, there's a couple issues with it. First of all, you can see... Oops, wrong way around. There we go. We can see that the sign is significantly wider than this kind of chest. So if I start to put signs down here, they're going to be all overlapping. So typically what you would do in that case, you start putting the chests farther apart. Well, great, but I have limited wall space, and putting the chests farther apart is going to mean that I get fewer chests fit into the same space. And then, you could put up some general signs, and I could maybe put up a sign here that says wood and stone to cover both of these columns, and I've done that in the past. But that would generally be just fine. Now, you can't stick signs directly onto chests. It just doesn't work. You try. It says invalid placement. I can stick it against the floor here, but then it's actually blocking the front of the chest and makes it hard to open. There's all these little practical details. Certainly people have worked out ways of doing storage that allow for all this by spacing things out and putting a framework around the chests. But I'm trying to get things done a little more quickly so that you can progress through the game a little bit more and see what's going on. I will not put signs on things for now. If you are actually playing on a server with other people, or if you simply want to have the signs to help remind yourself what's in what chest, then I would say make more space, spread your chests out, place an entire beam, say something like this kind of beam. If you have this entire beam between each layer of chests, that's about the size you need to stick a sign on there. And then there's plenty of room to stick signs and everything. And then when you do put the signs down, here's something I don't think I've illustrated. So I'll just come over here and stick a sign on the wall. So first of all, when you put the sign up, you see those three little dots? Make sure that's the side you have facing out, because that's the only side you can put writing on. You place that down, and then you go in to change the text. And you could just type, sign text here. And by the way, the capitalization doesn't actually matter because it's going to be all caps in the sign. But you see, this is the standard black text. And for a long time in the early game, this is all we had, and we dealt with it. But it's a little bit hard to read. So there are ways to put different colors on it. You put an angled bracket like that. You can say color equals white. And then when we put in sign text, it's now in a nice bright white and much easier to read. Or color equals red. And there, it's red. A little hard to see that. You can even, if you've got enough space, there's a limited amount of text you can put in a sign. I think it's 32 characters. I'd have to verify that. But I could do something like color equals white. Oop. And then put some. And then color equals yellow. And text. And you see, you can get two different colors on the same sign. I tend to use white and yellow a lot. They're highly visible, and they produce some nice effects. You can also do this. If you know your hex codes for colors, for example, F represents white, and if you want to understand how this works, I'll just put some spaces in to show you. This is actually 3 sets of numbers, and the first 2 represent the level of red, the second 2 represent the level of green, and the third 2 represent the level of blue. And when they're all maxed out like this, all Fs, you get white. And now, once again, we have white text. So that allows you to put in all sorts of color variations if you know the hex codes for it. So, just a little sign tutorial. There's some other amazing tricks you can do with signs. You can change the size of the font and so forth. I'm not going to get into that here. There are all sorts of great videos out there on the internet that will teach you how to do that. So here, let me keep making more coal, because hopefully we're going to come back with some more copper. All right, we're looking more bear-like every day. Put those claws on. Yeah, I love it. Okay. Let's see. Gotta fill up my arrows. Oh, this one. Could use some more flint arrows. Let's do that. Yeah, that's probably enough. Flint is here, and feathers are here. Okay. Can we make more? Yeah, we can make more. Okay. Good enough. Nope. I always do my storage organization just a little bit different every time I play a different game. So there's always a period of adaptation where I learn where everything is. It gets to the point where I can just go tearing up and know that one is crops. Ah, and speaking of crops, let's go to work on that. So, I picked up 3 more carrot seeds in my journeys. So we learned to make a birch sapling. I also picked up some birch seeds while I was cutting down birch trees. Anyway, what we're going to do now is do a little bit more planting. So I'll put that in slot 7. And now you can see we have 2 options, because I have both seeds to make carrots and I have carrots to make seeds. It's a nice little circle of life here. So the first thing I'm going to do is plant some carrots. I think I only have 3 of these. So 1, 2, 3. Yep, I'm out of that. And now I'm going to switch to seed carrots, where I'm planting the carrots in the ground to make seeds. And those I have 9 of. And because those will return 3 seeds each, I will get back 27 seeds, thus multiplying my total carrot seed count by 3. And actually, because of these 3 seeds over here, I'll eventually get even more than that. Okay, so that's the next round of planting. And we're going to go through several rounds of this, gradually building up the sizes of our crops and our seed supply until we have, hundreds of them. And then we can start drawing from that crop without ever running out. to make the food that we want to cook. Oops. Yeah. Fix your gear. Fix your gear. Come on. And then I will put the cultivator back in the box I've got here, which is just for farming stuff. Yeah, not bad. Okay, so what's next? Well, we have some copper over here, so we could carry some materials over there to work on that. But maybe we can try something else. Let's go see. Is this the one? Yes, it is. All right. So see here, I have 9 Surtling cores. Fantastic. I'm going to take 4 of these, and we'll see what we can do with that. I'm also going to take 20 Grey Dwarf eyes, and let's see what I've got here. Ah, good. Just enough. I'm going to take 40 fine wood. And while I'm here, I'll grab 10 wood for building a workbench out in the field. Now, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put down a new construct under the miscellaneous menu, a portal. And this is what it looks like. And it takes 20 fine wood, 10 Grey Dwarf eyes, and 2 Surtling cores. This is a recipe you should really memorize and just become super familiar with, because it's one you're going to use a lot. So it's always good to know what that requires. So I'm going to put that down, and then I'm going to look back and you see I had taken twice as much. So now you can see what you have left. And by the way, that's 10 pounds. That's 12 pounds. That's 52 pounds. Plus that is 72 pounds. So 72 pounds and 4 slots gets you everything you need to make a portal. You very often will want to carry that with you when you go out into the field, ready to drop down and use. Now, this portal has no tag. The portal tag is a way of matching up pairs of portals so that they connect together and you can pass through them. Every portal goes down initially with no tag. And if you put down another portal with no tag, let's illustrate that, then no tag effectively becomes a tag and you can step through those portals. You'll watch they will connect here. Aha! So if I walk through this one, and wait, oh, look, I come out that one. Great. Well, that's fine, but we want to use tags, and especially on a multiplayer world, it's important not to leave portals with no tags around. There's actually a survival technique that involves using a no tag portal, but on a multiplayer world, it's kind of a hassle. So I'm going to tag this, and what I usually do is I start with a prefix. I don't do this on my single player worlds, but on multiplayer worlds, I want to make sure that all of my portal tags are distinct from everybody else's. So I start with a little prefix that's unlikely to be duplicated by other people. DR for Dev Rossick. And then I'm going to call this one Gather. This is a name I use for sort of a general purpose portal that I can plop down wherever I happen to be in the world, where I'm gathering resources, and then I can come back through the portal and deliver them here to my home. Let's see. We have 3 people online. Okay, we could potentially sleep. Yeah, I usually don't like to ask people to sleep in multiplayer because that might mean they have to interrupt whatever activities they're doing. And you know, I try to give people some free reign to do their stuff. Somebody might be way out in the field, nowhere near a bed. You know, it's great when you can get people together to sleep on a multiplayer server, but don't count on it. You know, I haven't finished putting the trim pieces on all these walls. Well, that's a good nighttime activity. So let me grab a bit of wood here. Yeah, look at all that. Okay. What I'm talking about is these here to close off that ragged edge of the wall piece. At least what looks like a ragged edge to me. Other people might say, no, that's perfect just the way it is. And that is fine. Everybody should build the way they see it. Okay, right through the portal here. Okay, is that all of them? Nope, these back here. There. Okay. Oh. Now we need a couple more pieces of wood for that workbench. That's another recipe, of course, you should always know. Workbench. Come on. 2 pieces of wood. I'm sorry, 10 pieces of wood for a workbench. Okay. Cut that in half. Fill that back up. Okay. Here's another fun fact about portals. Here, actually, let me put my portals up here so we can illustrate this. And that's up. Don't do that. DR gather, and that should connect those two. If you are carrying a piece of metal or metal ore or scrap metal, and you try to go through a portal, it says, come on, stop that. An item prevents you from teleporting. So these metal items that won't go through portals, you see they have this little symbol up here to the right. It's really an image of a portal with a red X through it. No portaling. Oh yeah, and it says so in words. Can't be teleported. There's a few other items in the world that are like that too. And they all will be identified by that symbol and the text on their tooltip. So just be aware that can be a challenge, and that's why you have to be prepared to carry metals back from wherever it is you're gathering them to your home by manual means. On your back, on a boat, on a cart, whatever works. It always annoys me how it decides which stack of things to take the materials from. Our torch is full. Yeah, they're doing pretty good. When we get enough copper, we're going to replace these torches with those sconces. It'll be so much brighter in here. Yeah, still 3 people online. So crops typically take about 3 game days to grow to maturity. It varies a little bit. There's some randomness involved in there. So let's plan our next trip. We're going to go out here. We're going to drop a portal probably by this copper. And based on what I just told you, you're like, well, you can't bring back the copper through the portal, so why have one? And the answer is because it saves so much time going back out there. You have to walk back with the copper, but then you can go right back out there and start mining again. And it's really about saving time. You might see that I have a little marker here because I spotted another 1-star bear right over there. So that's one we could maybe take on. There's the blueberries. We can go see if they have reappeared. Another possibility is that we can go essentially across here to whatever's this little bit of land that's poking out over there. It looks like more Black Forest. I'm just getting a peek at it, but I've spent a lot of time looking at Valheim maps, and you kind of get to know the colors and textures and so forth. We could also do further explanation down to the south or to the west, where DevDog is wandering around. And now that we're able to make portals, we can also begin connecting our world to the world of portals beyond. In fact, let's see, what do we have in terms of fine wood? Not nearly enough. We need 20 more fine wood. We do have the Surtling cores for it. And we have plenty of Grey Dwarf eyes to make another portal. Actually, I need to make 2 more. So that's 4 of those, that's 20 of those, and another 40 fine wood. So another thing we can do while we're out is start chopping a lot more fine wood. And once again, because we've got this gather portal, that we can take through the portal and quickly replenish our supply here. I'll eat some food. I like to keep my food stacks full. You never know when you might end up going on a long journey and need to stay out there a long time, relying only on the food you brought with you. Uh-huh. I think we're just about to morning here. We've got this mist that is not unusual in the Black Forest, and it adds some complications. But all right, we can set out here. Very misty out here. It's very likely that this bear over here will reappear. It won't necessarily be a 1-star bear the next time. In fact, it's unlikely it'll be a 1-star bear the next time. But when it does reappear, we'll have a steady source of bear parts. Okay. I'm not gonna chop any trees at night. That will draw a lot of creatures, and I'd rather draw the daytime creatures, not the nighttime creatures. Something's glowing over there. I think that's probably the moon. Yes, it is. And the fact that the moon is so low in the sky tells me that the night won't last much longer. You can actually see it moving. You see those dots I put on the map? They don't mark anything. What they are is waypoints for me to quickly get down to the bridge. They've proven very helpful to be there. So I can just point at the spot on the map and then keep going. And there, appearing at the bottom of my mini-map, the bridge. You can't eat more honey. I can always eat more honey. We're past day 100. We are just flying through this stuff. Okay, now we'll lateral over to the other little bridge. Across that little, barely call it a stream, a brook. We'll go by the Forsaken Circle, and now we can actually start to make use of the portal facilities. So there's a portal here to get to the Forsaken Circle, and it leads back to a portal hub that has been created by one of the other players on the server. And there are spaces here at this portal hub where we can put up our own portals. Look at this. Isn't this nice? Yeah, I like it. This was created by a player named DevDog. It's a lovely build. Portal hubs are often built and round like this because it gives you visibility into all the various portals and so forth. So, and it's always interesting to see how each person does it. Everybody's got their own style. So the lower floor here is for crucial portals that lead to key places around the world. And that includes, for example, boss fights and the traders like Haldor and Hildir. And Forsaken, that's the one we just came through. So we're going to go up the stairs one level here and wander around. There should be places to put portals up here. Oh dear. Somebody's left a piece of copper here. Oh, I see what's happened. A sconce has come down. I'm going to avoid picking that up. And some wood has fallen down here. Well, needs a little repair. I'm going to go all the way to the top here. since that seems to be where people are putting their personal portals. And these are different portals that people have connected, going to their homes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a portal here. And I'm going to call it... Oh, wait. Can't do that yet. No, I need to get more fine wood and more fine wood. Okay. I was thinking I'd already done it because I set out to do that, and then I actually didn't. Typical. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll work on that. Oh, look. Look at this wonderful base. It's being shared by a couple of different players. Nice. No thanks. Trying to illustrate to the folks watching my stream that you might need to gather your own materials and not rely on other people. So I greatly appreciate that, Dev Dog. Okay. Let's see. I was going to go... Where was I going to go? I was actually going to go up there. Let me go back up that way, and then we'll gather some fine wood along the way. I don't want to cut too cleanly. I don't want to do clear cutting and leave nothing behind. So, where'd the bridge go? Oh, it's over here. So I will kind of selectively take out trees here, there, and the other place as I go through the forest. And I'll wait to get up on the other island before cutting them. And then, of course, I also need to go back home for the Grey Dwarf Eyes and the Surtling cores that I left behind. That's my weight. Pretty good. I also don't like cutting trees on slopes if I can avoid it. There we go. Look at this. Okay. Perfect. Now, I think as I mentioned before, you're getting roughly half and half fine wood and regular wood. And it's typically going to be in the low 20s for each one of these birch trees. So you maybe get, I don't know, 10, 11, 12, something like that, fine wood out of each birch tree. There is a random generation involved in that, so the exact number will vary. And you get some resin as well. And sometimes when you cut down trees, full-size trees, you get feathers. Presumably that's from birds' nests that were located in those trees when you cut them down. Hello, friend. I need some meat. Thank you. Oh. I have a little bench out here. I'll use it. And a portal that leads to Yggdrasil. This one's not connected back to the portal hub. We'll have to get that taken care of. Okay, where are we headed here? We're going to go up to that copper. Oh. Here's another birch tree I can cut down. You know, it's a game thing that, you know, the beech trees are able to be cut by stone axes and the birch and oak trees can only be cut by metal axes. In reality, of course, ancient stone axes could cut any tree. And also that the birch tree is depicted as being harder than the beech tree. That's actually not true. In fact, beech wood is very hard. I can't take all that. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a marker on it. so that I don't forget that it's there. Wood. But, you know, it doesn't really matter which tree is which and which one is going to be cut with which axe. It's all part of the game. So you play the game as it's built, not as you want it to be. Unless you use mods, and then you can play the game as you want it to be. On the other hand, this is Vanillaheim. No mods. Okay, here's our copper deposit. On a bit of a slope. That's not too bad. Ooh. There's a bear. Look at that. Of course, we're going to have to fight the bear, but first, let's get our portal established. It's always a little challenging building on a slope, but you see how there's like a little sort of level, tiny bit of landing. Why did I take my things off? Okay. Take that bush out. It's just a little tiny level patch here. That is where I'm going to build my portal. I will, there, sneak a bench in there and build the portal. You can build portals on slopes, but they can be very hard to get through. Okay. Now you see I'm kind of trying to sink it into the ground a little bit. That makes it much easier to get into. If it's still hard to walk into, here's a trick that I use quite often. I take the little tiny square floor pieces and I sort of shove it to one side, then to the other side, and then take a full-size stairway and snap that to the front of the wood. And there. Now, I can very easily walk up and through the portal. No problem at all. This one should be named DR. Gather. Gather. Okay. And let's that open up. Oh, I can also take this time to lay down chests somewhere. Like, come on, right there. And that's where we'll collect all the materials. I don't have any metals on me yet, so I can step through and offload some of the things I've gathered here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add a couple of chests right here. And I'll be using these as dump chests. My friends will be laughing at this because I notoriously dislike dump chests. But if you have the steadiness to go ahead and clean them out, and rather than just letting stuff sit in there, they're really not a problem. Okay, bink, bink, bink. That's 30 fine wood. Let me come over here and see what I've got. Okay. I need to get it up to 40. So let's grab all that. Nope. Yep, I need 20 of this. 20. I need 4 of this. Great. And I need to put a second portal here somewhere. This is going to be my portal to go to community. What I might do is move the gather portal somewhere else. Should really stack these in 2 rows, and that would make it smaller. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to... Can I sneak it in there? Will it go? Ooh, look at that. A little bit crammed in there, but I'm gonna call this the gather portal. Now watch how this works. Oops. So I have 2 connected portals named DR Gather, and now I've named this one DR Gather, and nothing's happening because there isn't a 4th portal named DR Gather out in the world. It doesn't take over this portal or anything like that. It's all based on matching 2 tags. You can have an infinite number of portals named XYZ, but they will connect together in pairs as they're built. I'm going to change this one to, let's see, Dev Rosic, like that. And that will be my portal to come home. Now this one, wait for it, takes over the connection to the DR Gather out in the field, because they're now a matched pair. Neat. All right. Repair my gear. Okay, let's get ready. We gotta go fight that bear. Yeah, I'll tidy this up later and make it look nicer. Okay. Switch to my bow. Now we need a good stone. There's a couple down there. I don't like this one with the tree around it, because you can't see what's going on, but this is not a star bear, so let's give it a shot. Okay. Alright. Run down. No, walk. Walk. Ooh, there's a stone over here. Walk. No, it's too small. It's too small. Ow. So let's see if I can get onto this stone. Yeah, and then I can step down onto this one. Okay, let's see how this goes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he can reach me up here. But I've got this second stone sort of backing me up. And maybe I can sort of put my back to it, and he can't knock me backwards off the stone. I hope. Then I have gray dwarves. Oh, they're always such a nice help. No, you. Oh, crap. That's a troll. He heard the noise, and he's coming. Yep. That's a troll. I'm afraid they're going to bash my portal over there. It's not a problem in terms of getting the materials back. They'll just fall on the ground, but I can't run through the portal if it's broken. Okay, let me kill these gray dwarves off. Yeah, see how that is? The other thing is the troll can smash this rock. Frankly, so can the bear, but it's much harder for him. Haven't seen the troll yet. Yep, I hear him now. Where's he coming from? Oh, he's behind me. Oh boy. He's got a log. I'm getting out of here. Okay. He's going to smash that stone to pieces. Wow! Isn't this a sticky wicket? I go to fight one little bear and end up fighting the whole forest, right? Well, maybe I can get these guys to mine some of the copper for me. And of course I'm out of stamina. Oh boy. Oh, I need to turn off my pickup, because that can get me in trouble. I am not hitting anything, am I? Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, here, let me pop through here. Now, the moment I go through that, I'm moving out of the zone. For a short time, those creatures will remain active there, and then they will sort of go into hibernation. I'm going to drop off all this. I'm going to replenish some arrows. Yeah, I might need more of those. Actually, yeah, I'll do that. Definitely going to need more of those. I will repair my gear. So, a couple of possibilities. One is that the portal will break. It hasn't yet because it's still connected. But another possibility is that they'll be right on top of me when I go through. Whew. Check my food. Here we go. Usually a good thing to do here is just sort of to run forward, because they have an advantage. They have a moment to attack me when I just come through the portal. And plus, I don't want them to break my portal. Alright. Let's get that bow out. I'm going to switch to those arrows. And I'm going to get my butt torn off by the troll. Oh, no. No. You know what? No, I'm going to switch to these arrows. I just got to keep that, because fire will hurt the troll. It's just not as effective as pierce. Again, trying to use trees to block his pathing. Did I get him? No, I didn't. He's not on fire. He nearly got me with that tree. Ah. And soon there will not be any trees left for me to hide behind. However, you can also hide behind the trunks. Oh, bear. Ah, this is where one of those little terrain towers would come in amazingly handy. Because neither of these guys can break it. Okay, got the bear on fire. That's good. See, now I can use this tree and, in theory, jump over it, in theory. And that definitely holds him up a little bit. I think the troll may have left. I don't know. I got these guys who aren't helping. Nope. Troll's still here. Oh, there he is. Leap over the tree. I missed him. See, that's the problem. In the chaos of this battle. Ugh. This is not looking good. In the chaos of this battle, I keep missing my shots. Remember what I said about the whole stamina thing. How could I miss him? Oh boy, he didn't miss me. Keep them away from the portal. As long as I'm here, they will not attack the portal. I think the bear is taking a little break. But I gotta watch my stamina, I gotta watch my health. One more hit and he can kill me. There's the bear. Great! Night's coming. Good! What else could go wrong? There! I finally got the troll. Alright. Alright. Oh, the bear is running around a lot. I don't know what he's doing. Stamina, stamina, stamina. Troll, troll. Ah! Oh boy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was close. Uh-huh. Yeah, definitely one hit and I'm going down. Ah, bless. I cannot afford to miss these guys. Ah, Grey Dwarf. Blocking arrows for the big men. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Gives me better visibility behind, in theory. Okay. That stomp, stomp, stomp. It's like you hear that in your nightmares. Wow. It's the stamina. It's the stamina. Oh, I need to eat again. Okay. See, now if I'd been smart, I would have put those things on my toolbar when I was back at my base. If I'd been... Oh, look, see? He's doing some mining for us. That's nice. That will be a help when I eventually get rid of them. Okay, I'm going to have to take out these stupid Grey Dwarfs. They are just bugging the crap out of me. And I've got no stamina for that either. Gotta stop running. That's the problem. Must stop running. Alright. I'm going back through here. Hopefully he wasn't close enough to attack my portal. We'll know instantly if the portal goes dark. So far, so good. All right. Let's get smart here. I'm going to move my foods onto the toolbar. I'm not using those tools at the moment. Let's see. I'm going to move the larger stacks of arrows over there like that. I'm going to replenish my rested state. There was part of my problem right there. No rested state. Equip my bow. There we go. Whew. See, I think they just hit the portal. Maybe. Ah, those damn gray dwarves. You stepped right in front of that arrow. Okay. There we go. Only got a little damage on the door. No. Away from the portal. Away from the portal. Away from the portal. Oh, tree. You see what I did there to avoid that tree? I just took a little turn. Oh, there. Just took a little turn to make sure it wasn't going to fall on me. Did I get him? I did. Oh my god. Well, can't say I don't provide action, and boy, am I in trouble. Ugh. Really? Are you kidding me? I gotta take care of some of these ads. They are just gonna... One of the biggest problems they offer is that they affect my aim when I'm using the bow. I don't have any stamina for that. Oh my god. Really? Doors and stuff? Grey Dwarf Brute? Oh my god. Anybody else? Come on. Yggdrasil want to spawn and come out here and fight me? Why not? Everybody else is. A Brute? Fantastic. See if I can take care of some of these guys. No stamina. I usually plan this better. I usually do. Really. I swear. I usually plan this better. This was not well planned. Oh! Oh! And aha! Aha! Yeah, this is deadly. I gotta get out of here. Well, okay. I left. A lot of those gray doors were night spawns, so if I can wait till morning, they will be gone. So, this is why we keep old armor around. And this is why we keep backup food supplies around. Portal is still open. There's that. Okay, got my rested state. Got my food buffs. Got a little bit of armor. Oh. Not really going for the trousers, but you know, it's a look. Those actually belong there. I have a very specific arrangement that helps me find things in the inventory when I open it in a hurry. Yeah, we're waiting until morning. So I will just sit right here. And yes, I know the no skill drain buff is counting down, but I need it to be morning. We'll know that when it announces the new day. Or if that's already happened and I missed it, it'll start to get light. Oof. Maybe I should start subtitling my my streams. The Battle for Copper. Because every time I've gone for copper, it's been this life or death struggle. It's been horrible. I assure you, in many worlds, it is not this difficult to get some copper mined. It isn't. You go and find a vein, you drive off the Grey Dwarves, they always come around. You maybe dodge a troll, but mostly you just start mining it. Yeesh. Of course, this would be easier if I brought along friends. And that's what a multiplayer server is all about. You may wonder why I'm not featuring more videos with other players on the server. I did that the first day, and I will be doing that in a future stream, possibly tomorrow or the next day. But I wanted these streams to also reflect what it's like to play in a single-player world and gather your own resources and build your own structures and so forth, to give an introduction to Valheim the game and everything about it. So we'll be doing some where I go along with other players. Just not at this moment. As usual, I'm trying to keep my inventory empty. That really helps when you're trying to pick up your corpse. In fact, if your corpse is really full, you want to have your inventory completely empty so that you will pick up everything in one go. You're often on the run when you do that. And if you leave something behind, it might just be that critical item that you needed to pick up. You can't control it without stopping and carefully picking and choosing. And then whatever enemies are racing around there can get you. So, trying to avoid that. Let's see what my death map looks like. Wow, look at that. I thought I had some down there. Around that copper. Maybe not. I think that's what this one was. I certainly had plenty of action over there. Ridiculous. There we go. New day. I'll just give it a few more minutes to let the night spawns leave. Keep my charcoal going. Believe me, when you really start digging into the menus, that charcoal disappears so fast. Because for every 10 metal, it takes 20 charcoal, so it just evaporates. Okay. Let's see what we got. Initially quiet. Take care of the mooks while I can. I don't hear the troll. Oh, it's right over there. Watching my grave. Oh, wait, I need to turn that off. See, that's where auto pickup can really get you in trouble. You don't need to have auto pickup on to retrieve your grave. Good, I got everything. Now let's run back to the portal. Wherever it is. And go re-equip. Okay. Why? Because put the other thing on. Okay. Good. Yeah, everything went back in its place. Repair all the stuff. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to remove some other equipment here. I have a significant chance of dying again. And the less equipment I am carrying, the better, because I won't need to pick it up again. I'm not going to carry the club. Not using that. I might want the shield. Okay. Alright, put my armor on. Make sure those are full up. Eat some food. Then arrows. Here we go. I've got just a moment. I might... Oh, I didn't bring the hammer. Never mind. I'm going to say I would repair the portal in case it's damaged, but no hammer. All right. Where did the troll go? He's still down here. I don't see him. Is my pickup off? It is. Wait. Heard the bear. Heard the bear. Okay, bear. There you are. These rocks are still unbroken, so let's continue to use them. Oh wait, that one's partially broken. Well, and he can break it even worse. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Get up on there. Get up on there. Oh, for God's sake. Fall down right on top of the bear. Perfect. Well played. Well played. Oh, God. All right, I need a different rock. Everything's either blocked by trees or just... Yeah, I hear him behind me. Jump over that to break the pattern. How could you miss? And here's the troll. Great! I knew he'd come back when he heard some sounds. Little human, little Viking. Believable. See, he completely healed. Or I just hadn't really done much damage to him. Now that was a terrible shot. Well, you know what? Let me grab that, and grab that. No. What does it take to make a hammer? 3 wood and 2 stone. There's my 2 stone. That's 3 wood. Make a hammer. Equip it. Fix this stuff. Yeah, see, it was damaged. The chest got broken. Okay, keep that live. All right. Well, I don't think that bear ran off. The moment I start smacking at that, there he is. There he is, right there. Sneak. Yeah, he's pretty badly hurt. Let's see if I can keep that going. Yeah. You're stuck behind those trees. I'm going to keep shooting you. Just keep it quiet. I want the troll to come back. If the troll comes back after you're dead, I'm fine with that. Because then it's a different fight. Food, food, food. Oh, I had it on the toolbar. Didn't need to do that. Oh, he broke free. Okay. Well, that worked pretty well. Got a fair amount of damage on him. did you go? Where did you go? You go snuggle up with your troll buddy? No. Or maybe you did. Oh, there's the troll. I get a sneak attack on him. Yeah, okay, but now he's coming back. Sneak attacks are worth a lot of damage, though. Okay. No? You lost me? Yeah. Where's the bear? Where's the bear? Mr. Bear? Where'd you go? This is like my worst nightmare, all this stuff blinking at me. Pick me up. Clean me up. I can't do it. Okay. Where's the bear? I can find that bear before he heals. Well, I didn't bring back my my pickaxe, so I can't actually even mine the copper. Let's go get it. I'm going to move my food back down here. Frankly, it's hard for me to remember to look elsewhere for it. Fix my gear. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Anybody? Grey Dwarves, of course. That's the troll. Yep. Switch arrows. Okay. See, he's barely here. Oh, look at that. That's what those surprise attacks can do. I hit him in the head, too. Yes. A third of his damage gone instantly. That's what I wanted. Get away from my portal. Now, walk, walk, walk. He's going uphill, so don't waste your stamina. Oh, he's moving away. Wait, no, he's coming back down. If he loses track of me... Okay, that was probably a pretty good hit. Watch the tree. See how I turned there just at that last second when I heard the tree break? That's all it really takes to avoid being hit by a tree. Little turn. Oh, I think one more hit and I'll take him down. Come on. Miss. Ah, hit the tree. There we go. Troll is down. Well, retribution for taking me out, sir. You have any more money? I think I got all of it. Okay. All right. Now, try this again. See if our friend the bear shows back up. Yeah, this is breaking easily because The troll did a lot of damage to the... And now it's going to rain. Well, the difference here, though, was it didn't all happen at once. I had night, I had many creatures, and now I've had rain, but all at different times. Problem is that rain is covering up noises such as the bear, so I gotta keep my eyes open. What a mess. Shows you what a log troll can do. Imagine it doing that to my base. Did it just stop raining because I stepped into the meadows? I think it did, and now I'm back in the Black Forest. I think the rain will come back again. I wonder where the bear went. The troll never really left. I have a hard time believing the bear did. He was not a night spawn. He was there before. Now, the thing I do need to be cognizant of is that these items here will eventually despawn. It takes 3 or 4 days. I've got some time. But I definitely want to start getting some of these items put away in chests. I still don't have my hammer. I'll use this one. Because items in chests will never despawn. I need some more wood. Wonder where I can find some wood. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's funny how the rain stops and starts like that. Okay. So, let me start picking up copper. That's something I really want here. And I'll get that in the... come on, this chest here. And the money, that's important too. And the troll hide. Yeah, why not? Useful even if I'm not making troll armor. See if there's any more copper lying around. Should be some. I'm going to zoom in a bit here. No? Really? Well, maybe not. Okay, let's keep working. Oh, I only brought 1 pickaxe and it's nearly dead. Okay. Pickaxe is done for. Unload the copper. Okay, really? Yeah, where's your bear friend? See where he went? I kind of like his stuff too. At some point. Alright. Let me go back and re-equip more fully. proper hammer in here. Okay. Where did I put my other pickaxes? Where did I put my other pickaxes? There they are. Eat some food. I don't think it's night yet. You can always tell if you've got the cold debuff. But, yeah, let's keep going with this. Probably won't get another troll in this area for a few days. So, that at least we can set aside. That bear will show up at a moment when it is least convenient for me. I have no doubt. No copper? There's one. At some point here I'm going to have to turn the auto pickup back on and gather up all the stuff. I don't feel rested anymore. I wonder why. Copper ore can sometimes roll a great deal downhill. Bingo! You still damaged? You are. Oh, I missed you. And you're not yet alert. Get the surprise attack? Yes! Now, I think that the fire damage doesn't get multiplied the same way that the piercing damage does, because it's not immediate damage, it's damage over time. So, and because he's resistant to pierce, the surprise attack effect on him with a bow is kind of minimal. But look at that. He's going down pretty quick. I think he's kind of trapped behind those trees. He'll figure it out soon enough. And I'm running out of stamina. Of course I am. Wet debuff and no more rested. Oh, classic. Come on. Stay on fire. Come on. Come on. Stay on fire, you. What? That's somebody else? Oops. That was a bad shot. Almost. Okay. Oh my god. Ah, I feel cold. Yes, I do. Oh, look, there's some copper here. God, I'm going to have to search everywhere here, aren't I? That green color is not as obvious in the dark of night. Okay. We got some bear parts. Bear paw, bear meat, bear meat. That, bear meat. 4, 1, and 2. That sounds right. For a standard bear. Is there any other copper here? Because I'm going to get out of here. Just dump. Alright. Alright. Dump that in there. Grab these things. It's funny. Gold coins are, you know, metal too. And yet, they go right through the portal. Go figure. Oof. Hi, Matt Dog. Welcome to my stream. We were both sitting by the fire recovering. Really? Well, it's a very common activity in Valheim. Hang on just a second. I want to do a little thing here. Yep. That's helpful. Yep. Okay. Yeah, all right. Meat. Hide. Okay, money on the table. Repairs. Anybody else on? Yeah, oh, that's you that's on the server as well. Sit down. Recover a little bit. How am I doing on arrows? Okay, I'll have that one selected. I'll put you over there. I'm going to put some of those spare arrows away. Since I don't have the major threat anymore. Maybe do a few more fire arrows. No, I need more feathers than that. Okay. All right. There we go. Get fully rested here. Then maybe go back and do a little bit more mining. Wow. Yes, I think I like that subtitle. Battle for Copper. Viking versus bear and troll. Life and death struggle. Their lives, my deaths. Been epic. Also been useful for getting that bear armor made. Ooh. Now that makes me think. Let's see here. Upgrade. Headdress of the bear to bear hide. Ooh. Yes. Paws of the bear. Or bear hide. Loincloth of the bear for bear hide. Let's see what I've got. I have 4. Oh, I might need some scraps, right? So, upgrade. That would take blueberries. Headdress. All right, that's going to get me 2 armor. That's going to get me 2 more armor. Can I make the pattern? No, I don't have the blueberries for it. Or the bear hide. So this is going to increase my slash damage on those to 33. I think in this case I got to go for the armor. So that I can do that one. But I can't do that one. Yeah, let's do the headdress. Okay, and I can't upgrade anything else. Okay, oop, that back on. I'm up to 25. Very nice. And blueberries, only 3. Okay, eat my food. Feeling like I need to sneeze here and not working. let's take a quick look at the garden. So there you see some of these plants have finished growing, and those look like just like the ones we found out in the Black Forest. These are they're not done yet, and that one's done, but these others two aren't. So it's very shortly going to be ready for harvesting, and then we'll expand the crop one more time. So that's progressing well. Okay, bow. I'll go with fire arrows. No, I'll switch to claws. Ooh, how we doing here? Yeah, so I guess I didn't mention this earlier on. I have definitely been changing my my stream schedule. Let me turn that on. Start picking up some of the junk. It'll help me find the things I really want amongst all this. Partly because it's now a weekday, and partly because the other schedule was getting a little tough on my voice and my time. So I'm going to have 2 streams a day. One at, let's see, what's that time? Hang on. Easier for me to look at it. Okay. One will be at 1600 UTC, like this one was, and run for 3 hours instead of 2. And the other one will be at 100 UTC next day, which is actually the same day in my time zone. And that'll run for 2 hours. And that should hold until Thursday. And then Val-Con itself is going to be starting on Friday. And at that point, my stream schedule will be more ad hoc because I'm going to be helping with the support and operation of Val-Con, and I just generally want to play it by ear. So you can expect some changes that way, and I'm full. Let's put stones in here. Wood. That stuff. Okay. You know, you may wonder, is there a way to destroy dropped items other than simply waiting out the timer for them to despawn? There absolutely is. But it's a device that you need some more advanced materials to make. And once again, it's going to involve finding that trader, Haldor. It always sounds like I'm calling him a traitor when I say that. And he can sell you something that you can use to build a machine that will destroy unwanted items. And you actually do get a little something for it in return. A little gift from Thor. So it's not a total waste. Oh boy. Let me get some of this stuff through the portal. I don't really need to. Yeah, I'll take all that. Yes, I'm carrying too much. Now, the nice thing about having these stairs here is that you can go upstairs when you're overloaded. If it was like a little jump that I had to make, you can't jump at all when you're overloaded. So those stairways are very helpful. It's also why I put them in my doorways like that, in case I have to come through overloaded. Let's try the stones first. You know, I'm going to move these up here, and that'll leave me some more space here. Yep. There, and there, and there, and I think this is going to be... Oh, no, I got room. Okay. Keep eating that food. Let's see, what else can we pick up? And once again, I'll come back at some point and chop up all the trees. That's not the most exciting content, so I'll probably do that offline. Let me get that little bit. What I'm mostly looking here is for pieces of copper. I want to make sure those get collected. Obviously, that's the whole goal of this trip. Uh-huh. And some stone and some wood. And back to the mining. Okay. And I'm hoping that having killed the bear and the troll, that all we'll get are some pesky gray dwarves. Because they always come. Back there they are. You see, and they knock you around so you hit the wrong spot, which is annoying. Just go away. No one wants you here. Okay. Ah, yeah, there was some copper hiding underneath that was already broken. I think given how difficult it was to get this copper, I'm going to break my usual rule and maybe start digging a hole down and getting more out of it. It's just been too difficult to find and exploit these copper nodes, and I need to get more out of them if I possibly can. So I can go back to the prior site. Probably have to clear a bear away again. And dig it down a little further. I regret that. I hate leaving those holes in the ground. Sometimes need overrides desire. Okay. And I need a lot more copper. Of course, there's going to be more copper elsewhere. If I get in a boat and sail across to some properly sized Black Forest sections, yeah, I'll find it. But then I got to figure out how to get back to my house, which actually might be easier to do by boat than any other way. Because there's water not far from where I live. I just have to bring it into the boat. Really? You think that's gonna work out for you? Yeah. How's that working? Ooh, that was a skeleton. Where'd you come from, buddy? Well, skeleton versus gray dwarf. Skeleton usually wins. He doesn't like the fire arrows either. Will that kill him? Oh, so close. Okay. Oops. Well, whatever. Yes, I know, it does more damage when you chop from the top, but it's such a hassle to get up there. And I'm all about not so much doing the max damage, but the number of minutes it takes to collect a given quantity of material. So sometimes the thing that does the most damage isn't necessarily the fastest. Okay, looks like I'm full of stuff. Unload that. Okay. Get all this stuff. Make sure that none of this will despawn. Especially if it's in range of this workbench. It'll never despawn, but workbenches can be broken. Make sure everything is repaired. Yep. Okay, just a little bit more up here, and then we'll do some digging down. Yeah, all right. Now, I am quite sure that there will be a lot more down here. Let's start by leveling the ground out, seeing if we can find places to pursue. What I try to do is get in a lower spot and use this as a quick way of uncovering stuff. And sure enough, we've got some chunks here. But then we're going to dig down for reals. 6. Oh yeah, I can see a little piece sticking through up there. That little dark triangle that's right above my head. Right here. There's something. Look at that. One of the things that bugs me when you dig in the ground, there's a sort of rumbling sounds that sound an awful like heavy footsteps, but aren't. So it's kind of annoying and terrifying. Start digging down anywhere and pretty much just sort of follow it down. Now, a lot of times, if you plan to dig down from the start, what you can do is sort of dig down around the edges and find the extent of the vein. Sort of like what I'm doing here. And sort of gradually define that. And then you know more or less when you're reaching the bottom. But you see how much more is down here. Just by even this little bit of digging that I've done. When you're digging down into the ground, imagine for a moment what that ground surface originally looked like before you dug anything. And then at each point, imagine digging down 8 meters below where it started. That is what's known as the dig limit. It's sometimes called the build limit because the same rule applies if you're raising the terrain up. You can only raise it as far as 8 meters above its original position. So, you see, this is like a slope here. So I can go 8 meters down here and 8 meters down here, and those would obviously be very distinct heights. When you get down to that limit, it would still have this original slope. It's just everything would be 8 meters deeper. And that's a relatively hard limit. Yes, there are mods that can break it, but there are some risks in doing that. And it is definitely not vanilla compatible. So you have to be a little bit careful. Yeah. Boy, that'll wear out your pickaxe quick. Digging in the ground. Oops, come on. And this would be a case, if you knew you were going to dig down deep too, this would be a case where it's worthwhile building a little repair hut for your antler pickaxes, because it takes quite a while to do that. So you're going to do a lot of repairs. So we'll see how that happens. Maybe I'll build a little hut here. But I really want to try and take advantage of having driven off the major threats in the area. Look how much this is going and going and going down below the surface. Yeah, there's a lot more copper here. Usually 2.5 to 3 times as much as you get by just peeling the cap off the top. What was that? Oh, I know what that was. Somebody was... Oh, dear. Well, I could have a little problem here. I'm just about to drop my chest into the pit. Yeah. I built far enough away on those for taking the cap off, but it wasn't far enough away for digging out the whole thing. So I may need to move that stuff. Okay, let's see, what do we got here? Oh, kind of zoom in a little bit there. Right. So let me do this. Then I'll break the portal. When you're dealing with a workbench item, you have to break all the other items first, because if you break the workbench first, you can't break the other items. So let me move this first of all. And where to go? Oh, this could extend quite a ways. And like a relatively flat spot, I'm going to go way over here. Yeah. Kind of snuggle that into the under the tree. Take care of this guy. Put my portal back up. Kind of there. Build the little stair step. Don't really need it in this case. Yeah, that's fine. Tag it. TR gather. Make sure it opens. Okay. What do we got here? And we'll pick up some wood. Uh-huh. You know what? Let's see. Can I do this? That gave me... Oh, give me two more. I'll build the chests and move everything down. There. There's some. Okay. Oh. And I'm out of rested state. I need to go back and rest. Need to eat some food. Need to repair my gear. I'm needy. Okay. All right. Let's go get things from the other spot. Start with all this stuff. Can I carry that? I can. Just. Put that in the outer chest. Uh-huh. If this one's got shelter. Nope. Sometimes things stuck under a tree will have enough shelter that you can use them. Oh dear, is it going to rain again? All right. How much of this can I carry? Not that much. I can carry that much. 13. I can probably carry about 14 or 15. But I'm just going to do some fast trips here. Oh dear. Gotta get that rested state again. Let's see. 15? Yes. 16? Yes. 18? Yes. 19? Indeed. That's going to be it. Okay. What I could do is take a batch home. And get it smelting. but creatures are going to start respawning up here pretty soon. And I need to get it mined out before that happens. Oh, see? I can't break the chest because there's no bench. I could chop them with the axe, but well, I don't need the wood that badly. Okay. Quickly run through here and get a rested state back. Okay. Fix all the gear. Replenish arrows. Eat some foods. Maybe replenish foods. And resting. We will start ferrying the copper back here pretty soon now. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, wait, oh, there we are. All right. Keep digging. Oh, yep. See, I'm just sort of trying to find the edge of this thing. Follow it around. There's still much more that goes deeper than that. The overall shape is sort of a big dome with angular pieces bending from beneath it. It's if you've actually seen the Leviathan in this game, the copper node is shaped very similarly. Except instead of a living creature in the sea, this is a big chunk of metal in the forest. You are annoying me. Okay. Really would like to go visit that trader. One of the interesting things he can give you is a little headband that you can wear that will give you light so you can see what you're doing at night and in dark places. And it leaves your hands free so that you know, I could pick up a torch here. For example, I can make a torch. And I can equip it, but if I go to equip my pickaxe, I can't hold the torch. Two-handed weapon. So, or two-handed tool in this case. Yeah. So with that headband, though, I could do it. It's called a Diverger's circlet. Very handy. That's probably called that because the trader himself, Haldor, is a diverger, a kind of dwarf. They're clever with mystical items, magic, machinery, that sort of thing. Okay. You can perhaps see why I don't really care for digging out underneath it. It just takes a long time. And by the time you spent all that time, yes, you get more copper out of it. But in terms of the hours put into it versus the copper returned, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's worth it. However, because of the difficulties I've had with... Oh, you really? 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 Because the difficulties I've had with the trolls and the bears and stuff. I'm going to make an exception here. Ay, 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 the shaman. You aren't... Oh, you got a star. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, of course there's a brute. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, at least you don't have your healer now. I gotta watch my... Dang it! I keep missing this. You gotta block this guy earlier than it seems like, because if you wait till the swing is in motion, that's a little too late. You gotta basically block him while he's raising his arm. And unfortunately, if I do full range of hits, it's a little too late to raise the block. Okay, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I'll keep the rest of the stuff. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, but this just takes so long. I'm doing it because I badly need more copper. And I don't want to have to deal with another hour-and-a-half long battle just to clear the area. Just so I can begin mining the copper. When I already have this area, at least temporarily, cleared. Now another thing I suppose I could do would be to throw down some spawn suppression here, campfires or whatever. But again, it takes a lot of work, a lot of time. In the meantime, I'm not producing any copper. So, nope. Oops, hang on. Something. Ah, no, it's all good. Oops. Broke a little. Can't really see what I'm doing here. I think I'm hitting terrain and I was actually hitting some of the copper. Okay, where's the portal now? Down there? Here, I'll bring all this junk through. Oh boy. Well, hopefully this should approximately double up the amount of copper I get out of these guys. Something like that. I don't know that will be the case, but it should do reasonably well. Those go down here. Wood goes over there. Everything has its place. Trophies. Torch. I made another torch. I make so many torches. Okay. Did the day counter go by? I actually sort of missed it. I don't know. I'll know in a minute if it starts to brighten up. Here it is. I begin to see a little bit again. I think it's daytime. Oh. Or not. The shaman? Brute. Of course there's a brute. Claws are getting pretty wicked. Ooh, Great Dwarf Brute Trophy. Those aren't real common. Day 108. There's the day counter. Okay. I'll pick that up. Let's dig more copper. You can't actually use the pickaxe as a weapon. It's an awful weapon, though. It's very slow. It's inaccurate. Tend to hit things you didn't mean to. But you know, that's what's in your hands. Every time you switch weapons in this game, there's a little animation that has to play. And it can be interrupted by almost any other action you could take. For some reason, that's just the way the priorities work. So when you go to switch a weapon, you pretty much have to stop moving, stop doing anything else for just a moment in order to allow that animation to play through and the weapons to actually switch. And when you're under pressure in a battle, that can be a little bit tricky. You tend to want to switch your weapon and immediately make a move, and that will stop the weapon from swapping. So be careful. Now, I think we got something like 33 ore out of our first mine. This one, we're already up to 69, so that's quite a bit better. Yeah. So as I pointed out, when you dig down, you're going to get a lot more material. I have seen people get very close to 100 copper out of a fully excavated copper node. Perhaps even a little more with the influence of the random number. But I think probably I'm going to pretty much end this one here at this level that I'm currently on. Although, look, there's another piece. Which will break first? The pickaxe or the copper? Aha! Simultaneous. All right. Just a couple of quick swings, see if there's anything immediately underneath there. Yep, see? Always a little bit more. This tree. Trying to get up in my business here. Now there is a trick with most metal nodes that if you can break all of the bits of support underneath them, other parts of the node or terrain or whatever, and then attack the metal node that's now hanging in the air, it will break all at once in a glorious cascade of material. To the best of my knowledge, it's not faster to do that because it takes a long time to dig down and around it. And you don't get more metal out of it that way, but it sure is fun to watch it smash to pieces. Kind of like that. Only, in some cases, on a much larger scale. Yeah. I think we're about done here. My patience with this is wearing thin. I want to go out there and use this copper for something. So now what I can do is walk to a low spot and then use the hoe trick again to see if I can find anything else. But even the hoe requires stamina. There's a chunk over there. One nice thing about finishing up with a hoe in this way is that it leaves a relatively flat surface. Potentially a place you could build on. I've seen people build bases inside the dugout remains of a copper node. Not a bad option. Oh, no rusted bow. That's what's holding me up here. Okay. Okay, I'll shove a little stone in here. Don't have room for it elsewhere. Oh, there's a copper over there. Don't leave that behind. Let's see if the hoe will work over here. So much faster using the hoe to do this than laboriously digging it out. Yeah, starting to look like we're pretty close to the bottom of the thing here. Typically see something more sticking out of the ground if there was any more. Come on. Let the stamina recover. Eat some food. Come on. Oh, there's a piece. There's another chunk. Right? Yep. Nope. Let's get this one. This becomes so much easier when you have a better pickaxe to work with. Oh, here's a big chunk. This piece over here. Oh, this piece right to my left. Let's see. I think I'm going to call that. There might be some more chunks underneath there somewhere. But good enough. Let's see how we did. Okay. So, 84 pieces of copper. That's quite a bit better than our last place. And we can go back to the other node and dig it down if we want to. Of course, copper nodes, just like tin nodes, do not respawn. So, we're going to make it here? I don't think there's going to be room for all this stone. Definitely not. All right. We'll deal with that in just a second. trophies. Put the brute there. That there. Now, I'm going to take these 4 groups, and first thing I'm going to do is throw them on the floor for a minute, recover my stamina. I'll pick them up again. And I'm going to go put down some stone piles out here. This is probably a good spot, a little bit out of the way. And by rotating them carefully, I can sort of merge them together. Got a whole bunch of stone piles in a very small space. Okay. Yes. All right. Yes, I see. I gotta fix something there. No big deal. Okay. We'll take half of that. Fill that back up, because we're gonna be smelting up a storm here for those 80, whatever it was. Oh, we got a skeleton out here? All right, let's see what we got. Yeah. That didn't work. Okay, Mr. Skelly. No, don't get underneath there. Come on. Come. Stop moving. Ah. You sort of got to shoot at their feet when you're aiming this far down. Yep, like that. Well, let's tidy up the wall. Okay. Yep. Okay. Repair everything. Yeah. Put some of these away, because we don't need to carry 3 of them all the time. Replenish arrows. Replenish food. Don't have any more of that. Plenty of that. Good. I believe I have enough bear hide to upgrade anything anymore. Paws. No. Loincloth. No. Headdress. No. Oh, we've been away for a minute. Let's refill all of our fires. Okay, and then we got the ones outside. We'll see if we have enough copper in this batch to spend a little on some sconces. They really are so much better. The difference is startling. They take more fuel, but they also burn a lot longer. And the best part is they're just a lot brighter. Okay. Put that away. All right, so now we need to, we need to start hauling that stuff home from there. Not very far, but we can only carry, well, that's an interesting question. How much can we carry? Here, I'm gonna move you over to where? Here? It's full of junk. There, I'll shove you in there. We'll need to be able to get rid of some of that stuff. Okay. Let's maybe lighten our load a little bit. We don't need that. We don't need that. I'm going to hang on to my hammer. We don't actually need to have We don't actually need to have food in our possession because we'll be coming back here, back and forth. So I'm going to just move this over, create a lot more empty space, and also a lot more weight free. Let's maybe take wood arrows out. There you go. That's another 10 pounds. You know what? I can take those out too, as long as I have some arrows. Yeah, put that up there. Eat some food. Okay, and I have basically 160 pounds of weight free. All right. So we brought that home. So let's start on this. How much can we carry? Can we do that much? Yes. It would be nice. Let's try 2 more. Yes, I think that's going to be it. Yes, too much. Okay, so I can carry 26. All right. Let's. No. Let's break this up into units of 26. Okay. So 3 trips. Well, 4 counting this one. That's good because that means we're bringing home a lot of stuff. It's challenging because we got a long way to go and enemies to fight. And oh, these trees. My goodness. Anybody who sees this would immediately recognize the battlefield with a troll. Quite distinctive. Trees down in every direction. What is that? Heard something walking, I think. Bear, maybe? They have sort of a rumbling step. Did not sound like a troll. Troll has more of a stomp, stomp, stomp sound. Yeah, you see, it's not that far. It's interesting how you choose to zoom in and out in your camera. I tend to use zooming out as a substitute for having a wide range of vision because it kind of gives you a little bit of a view to the side. Zooming in, on the other hand, gives you a better close-up look and kind of removes your person from blocking what's seeing in front of you. So I tend to shift it back and forth quite a lot. And I'm going to put this out here where it belongs. Well, actually, I'm first going to fill that in. Get that smelting going. Okay. And now we see the advantage of the portal because I can immediately get back to the starting point and save all the travel time on that reverse trip. Yes, I feel cold. That's because it's nighttime. All right. Good. Let's go. I want to pick up that junk. Yeah. We're going to have some friends. That's the shaman over there with the green eyes. Maybe it's because they're jealous. I don't know. They just roar. They don't really talk to you. You ask how their day was, and it's like, yeah. Well, you know. You're not going to talk to people about your problems. They're just going to build up inside of you until it becomes a real serious problem. Wait, where am I going here? Oh. I was having a little trouble with the icons. You know, let me do this. That helps a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Eat some food. We do not need to carry the stone on the last trip or whatever because, of course, that will go through the portal. Oh dear. Hello. Wait, am I going the right way? Let's get turned around. Never did read what this was. Astrid. Oh, Astrid's story is very interesting. She has several of those stones. I'll try and read that one on a later trip. I think her story is very sad. At the end especially. Astrid is a shield maiden. According to history, these were women who carried large protective shields and stood beside men who were armed probably with spears. And they did the shield work while the men would thrust with the spears to attack the enemy. I don't know how widespread this practice was. It's a reasonable practice, but I suspect women were themselves armed with weapons a lot more than we like to believe today. There's no particular reason why a woman can't be just as effective with a sword or an axe as a man. Most of the power comes from the design of the weapon and the accuracy of the swing rather than necessarily just the raw muscle of the person who's using it. So, and after all, women who lived in those types of worlds were probably pretty darn strong. They had to do a lot of hard work, cutting wood and carrying heavy loads. And boy, washing clothes, it takes a lot of muscle and if you're doing it manually, I'll tell you that. Brute? You're a brute. You're a brute. Okay, where was that stone? Isn't it over here somewhere? Maybe should have marked it. There it is. I was Astrid, a shield maiden of the forest. I know nothing of my life before I came here, but my arm remembers the sword. You see? She had a sword. But my arm remembers the sword, and my eyes see the course of the arrow. Now the raven guides me, and I fight the great beast in Odin's name. Yeah, I wouldn't be too keen to proclaim it all in Odin's name. You know, when we come to this world, we're basically cleaning up his mess. And we're supposed to be these mighty warriors brought from the fields of battle in Midgard. As I understand it, that would earn us a place in Valhalla, but no, we got to come here and do a little bit more. Yeah. Odin. Very mixed feelings about that guy. Is there a bear out there? Here, going. Wait, has this one over here respawned? No, I don't see it. Could also have been a boar. Some of their sounds are very similar. Okay. of that ore has been brought home. We shall clean things up. Nope. Yep. Repair our gear. At some point, we'll have to go get that portal because we need to move it, and it can't still exist in the place where it is and be moved at the same time. It just doesn't work that way. Okay. And now, the value of all this coal that we've been piling up becomes clear because we can go through many stages of smelting without having to stop and make more coal. So, let's see how we're doing. Oh yes, that's building up. Now, got to start thinking about what we want to make here. So we have a couple of options. One thing we should definitely consider making is, let's see, one or more of the upgrades for the forge. There's the anvils, which requires 2 bronze. That's pretty cheap. Effectively 4 copper and 2 tin. There's the forge cooler that requires 10 copper. Okay, so that's a total of 14 copper and 2 tin just for those items. That's all we've got for the forge at the moment. And that will end up with a forge level 3. Fine wood we're kind of out of, so we'll have to go get a little more fine wood. We might have to move this bench around a little bit to allow room for the cooler or whatever to go in there. Oh look, we're alone here. The right time to sleep? Yeah, we can sleep. Another dream. I would try to read these, but there's never enough time, especially since I slept when it was nearly morning anyway, and it didn't advance the smelting very much. So see what day we're getting to here. And then, what else would we like to make? Well, got a cultivator, we got a bronze axe. I think definitely the bronze mace. That's going to be a big help in clearing out the burial chambers, skeletons. A bronze pickaxe, so that's 8 bronze there. That's 10. Buckler I usually save till later. Yeah. That should probably do for the moment. I'm sticking with the bear armor, so I'm not going to make any of the armor pieces. Copper knife, not at this time. So, 10, 10, 8, and then 2, and 10 copper. Okay. Let's do this. I'll work through it step by step. I'm just going to put this here. I'm just going to tilt it a little. Fit better into this corner. Then I'm going to get 4 copper. And 10 more. Oh, wait, I don't have the fine wood for that. Never mind. I'm going to get 2 tin. And some wood. Well, don't be hitting your bench. Okay. Make some bronze. And then place the anvils. Let's see, how far can I get it in there? Okay, that's pretty good. Actually, no, I'm going to put the anvils on the other side. Yeah. I want to put the cooling bucket over there. Can I do that? Can I fit it in? Oh, yeah. Yeah, no problem. All right. I'm going to need to get some more fine wood. So let's go chop some fine wood while everything smelts. Where's my axe? Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. Put the arrows back where they belong. The hoe. Yes. Yes. I have a bunch of wood I don't need. Okay. Is there somebody grumbling out here? Well, okay, looky over here. We got a bunch of birch trees. Now there could be a bear or troll back this way. This is Black Forest, so keep your eyes open and your ears. Oh, look, there's several birch trees here. Yeah. There was a bear that was spawned over this way. Oh. Or I could eat another bite. Thank you. Yeah. That is a very dense stand of fir trees. I don't think I've ever seen one quite that close grouped together. Well, interesting. There's a bear back there. He'll show up. Up, up. Which way are you falling? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's not a bear, but I knew somebody would show up. Not pushing the tree around, you silly goose. Okay. What do I need for that thing? I think it was 30, right? Let's see. 25. Oh. Oh, look who showed up here. It's probably from one of the that burial chamber that's over that away. Okay, 22. Let's keep going. Okay. Blue. Go make that forge cooler. And here I need 10 copper. I'm carrying too much. I'm always carrying too much. What are you talking about? Right there. So now we have a level 3 forge. Great. See how much wood we can fit in here. All right. All right. See how we're doing over here. Yeah, Let's start breaking this up into 10-piece chunks. We can just grab them and shove them in each time. Come on. Oops. Ah, well, don't do that. All right. Grab that. Seven, right. Okay. Who's next on the agenda? Probably the pickaxe, because that will enable us to mine more quickly. So we need 10 bronze. That's going to take 20 copper. Okay. The bronze base. That will take 16 copper. Right. Well, I know the buckler will take 20 copper, so we'll save that till last. You know what? Let's make some bronze nails. I know that's not necessarily the most urgent thing, but there's some useful stuff we can do with that. Okay, first we make some bronze. Then we make some nails, and we'll get some good recipes out of this. There we go. Carve, cart, wood shutter, bronze nails. No, all right. Item stand and twig? What the heck is that? That is a fun little thing. I actually don't know what that acronym stands for. But what it is, it's a training dummy. The thing that will fight you and train your weapon skills. And it's really quite nice. You can also make the archery target, and that will train your archery skill. We're definitely going to make that one. Twig can be a little interesting. He kind of needs a little space. And he takes 10 nails. That's a lot. I'm more interested in this one here, the item stand. There's two varieties. The vertical one that goes on a wall, and the horizontal one that goes on a table or floor surface or something like that. And they only take 1 nail each. Take some fine wood, though. And what they do is they let you hang items, like trophies. So let's see if we can... yeah, okay. Let's see if we can figure that out. Good, we have just the right amount of fine wood there, and I'm going to create a hanging thing. Now, it's a little hard to see. There. See how it has that sort of tab sticking out of it on one side? You want that side to be out. So I'm going to put this, maybe about there. And then I'm going to put the nails away here. And over this, nope. There, I'm going to grab one of these Yggdrasil trophies. I'm going to have a little fun with this. So you put it on your toolbar, then you point at the item stand, and it says choose 1 to 8 to detach the item. Well, it's on number 1, so I press 1. And there, we've got Yggdrasil mounted up there. It could be a little lower. So what you do is you point at him again and hold the action key to take it down. Now here's a common problem. Oh, I want to break this. So I'm pointing at it and I select my hammer, and the hammer goes on the item stand. Very classic Valheim thing. Instead, what you have to do is point somewhere to the side. Then, oops, where'd it go? Where did it go? Well, there it is. Then you activate your hammer, and then point at the thing, and now you can break it. And make sure I got the nail. Okay, I got the nail. Okay, so I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Let me try it like right there. And then I will try there again. How's that? Ah, yeah, that looks better. Yeah, I like the Yggdrasil trophy. It's one of the more attractive ones. And he's going to do something fun. Randomly, he might say something. So we'll check that out. Okay. How are we doing over here? 9. All right. And you're about out. Sure. Okay. So now we can do the pickaxe because we have 20 copper. So we need 10 bronze and some coral wood. Grab a little coral wood. I'll grab 20 copper. And 10 tin. We are definitely going to need tin pretty much right now. This will let us build some bronze a little faster, 5 at a time. Okay, now we can make the bronze pickaxe. Cool. Can we upgrade that? Yeah, takes a lot more bronze. We'll get to that. So we can put that in place of our antler pickaxe, and now the antler pickaxe can kind of go into the spare equipment. I'm going to pick this up with an eye towards getting rid of it. I'll put that away. Oh, where are all my arrows? There they are. Let's actually take all this and put it away too. Tree seeds. Meats. We're going to need to cook some meats. Let's see how we're doing here. A little bit of deer. Need to get that boar meat cooking. And this thing, I'm just going to equip it and burn it off. It's really the only way. Okay. That's a little better. Okay. Let's pick that up. Next batch. Sounds like a brute. No, it's just a 1-star. A red head. You know, let's go harvest our honey, and then pretty soon here we'll come back and take care of the crop. Okay. Now, what do we need to make the bronze mace? We need 16 copper. All right, we have a little ways to go. So, we can pick the crop without using any tools. So we grab that, carrots. And you see for each of these, we're getting 3 seeds. So we should end up with 27 seeds and 3 carrots. 24. Huh. One of our plants didn't grow. There should have been 9 of them. We only got 24. Something must have happened to it. Plants, when they're growing, can be injured by the poison of shamans. So maybe one of them breathed on it and killed the plant. Okay. So let's equip this. And so we have 3 seed carrots. So we'll plant those 1, 2, 3. And we have 24 carrot seeds. I'm just kind of throwing these in. Till number gets much larger, it doesn't particularly matter if you're being, careful. Just don't put anything too close to one another. And when we start having hundreds of seeds, then it starts to get a little tighter. Oh, we're out of seeds. Okay. So do that. Repair it. And put the cultivator away. Okay. Well, we've done really good today. We had an epic battle with some, with a troll and a bear. We mined some copper. We mined a lot of copper. We're still going to keep going with that and build that up until we can make the mace, but we now have a bronze pickaxe. We have, upgraded a lot of our tools and equipment. We have a newly upgraded forge to level 3, which will let us make many more upgrades to our various bronze implements. It's been a very productive day, and I think we're coming to the end of today's process. Huh. Why is that middle fire not burning? I will have to research that and figure out what's going on there. In the meantime, I really appreciated your people coming in to watch the stream, where apparently I have been appearing on the TV in DevDog's living room. So I, by his own designation, I am now a TV star. So now I'm gonna turn all weird and Hollywood and forget about all the little people that I had to step on to make my way up. Yep. Okay. It's been a pretty good time for me, and hopefully it was a good time for you. And I will see you next time.
This Val-Con video is powered by GTX server hosting, the best way to run your Valheim server.